John Michael Osbourne was born at Maternity Hospital in Marston Green on December 3, 1948, and grew up in the Aston area of Birmingham. His mother, Lillian, was a non-observant Catholic who worked at a Lucas factory. His father, John Thomas Jack Osbourne, 1915 to 1977, worked night shifts as a toolmaker at the General Electric Company. Osbourne had three older sisters named Jean, Iris, and Gillian, and two younger brothers named Paul and Tony. The family lived in a small two-bedroom home at 14 Lodge Road in Aston. Osbourne gained the nickname Ozzy as a child. He dealt with dyslexia at school. His accent has been described as a hesitant Brummie. At the age of 11, he suffered sexual abuse from school bullies. He said he attempted suicide multiple times as a teenager. He participated in school plays, including Gilbert and Sullivan's The Mikado and HMS Pinafore. Upon hearing the first hit single of the Beatles at age 14, he became a fan of the band and credited their 1963 song, She Loves You, with inspiring him to become a musician. In the 2011 documentary God Bless Ozzy Osbourne, Osbourne said that the Beatles made him realize that he was going to be a rock star the rest of his life. Osbourne left school at the age of 15 and was employed as a construction site laborer, trainee plumber, apprentice toolmaker, car factory horn tuner, and slaughterhouse worker. At the age of 17, he was convicted of robbing a clothes shop, but was unable to pay the fine. His father also refused to pay it to teach him a lesson, resulting in Osbourne spending 6 weeks in Winson Green Prison. Osbourne's first album of new studio material in 6 years was released on October 16, 2001. A live album, Live at Budokan, followed in 2002. Down to Earth, which achieved platinum status in 2003, featured the single Dreamer, a song which peaked at number 10 on Billboard's mainstream rock tracks. In June 2002, Osbourne was invited to participate in the Golden Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II, performing the Black Sabbath anthem Paranoid at the Party at the Palace concert in the grounds of Buckingham Palace. In 2003, Osbourne recruited former Metallica bassist Jason Newsted, though his time with Osbourne would be short. Osbourne's former bassist Robert Trujillo replaced Newsted in Metallica during this same period. On December 8, 2003, Osbourne was rushed into emergency surgery at Sluice Wexham Park Hospital when he had an accident with his quad bike on his estate in Jordans, Buckinghamshire. Osbourne broke his collarbone, 8 ribs, and a neck vertebra. An operation was performed to lift the collarbone, which was believed to be resting on a major artery and interrupting blood flow to the arm. Sharon later revealed that Osbourne had stopped breathing following the crash and was resuscitated by Osbourne's then personal bodyguard, Sam Ruston. While in hospital, Osbourne achieved his first ever UK #1 single, a duet of the Black Sabbath ballad, Changes, with daughter Kelly. In doing so, he broke the record of the longest period between an artist's first UK chart appearance, with Black Sabbath's Paranoid, #4 in August 1970, and their first #1 hit, a gap of 33 years. He recovered from the quad accident and went on to headline the 2004 Ozfest in the reunited Black Sabbath. In March 2005, Osbourne released a box set called Prince of Darkness. The first and second discs are collections of live performances, B-sides, demos, and singles. The third disc contained duets and other odd tracks with other artists, including Born to Be Wild with Miss Piggy. The fourth disc is entirely new material where Osbourne covers his favorite songs by his biggest influences and favorite bands, including the Beatles, John Lennon, David Bowie, and others. In November 2005, Osbourne released the covers album Undercover, featuring 10 songs from the fourth disc of Prince of Darkness and 3 more songs. Osbourne's band for this album included Alice in Chains guitarist Jerry Cantrell, bassist Chris Wise, and Faith No More drummer Mike Borden. In January 2023, Osbourne announced that the European leg of the No More Tours 2 would be cancelled after almost 2 years of being postponed. Osbourne effectively retired from touring, citing his accident in 2019, which resulted in the singer suffering spinal damage, while affirming his plan to continue smaller-scale live performances as his health permitted. In September 2023, he revealed that he was working on a new album with a planned 2024 release, while also preparing to go on the road following a successful spinal surgery earlier that month. In 2023, Rolling Stone ranked Osbourne at number 112 on its list of the 200 greatest singers of all time. Osbourne had over 15 tattoos, the most famous of which were the letters Ozzy across the knuckles of his left hand. This was his first tattoo, created by himself as a teenager with a sewing needle and pencil lead. A longtime fan of the comedy troupe Monty Python, in a 2010 interview with Us Weekly, Osbourne stated, "My favorite movie is Monty Python's Life of Brian." Osbourne suffered minor burns after a small house fire in January 2013. On his 65th birthday on December 3, 2013, he asked fans to celebrate his birthday by donating to the Royal Marsden Cancer Charity in London. Osbourne had 6 children, 3 from his first marriage and 3 from his marriage to Sharon Osbourne. In 1971, Osbourne met his first wife Thelma Riley at the Rum Runner, the Birmingham nightclub where she worked. They were married later that year, and children Jessica and Lewis were soon born. Osbourne also adopted Riley's 5-year-old son Elliot from a previous relationship. Osbourne later referred to his first marriage as a terrible mistake. His use of alcohol and other drugs, coupled with his frequent absences while touring with Black Sabbath, took their toll on his family life. His children later complained that he was not a good father. In the 2011 documentary film God Bless Ozzy Osbourne, produced by his son Jack, Osbourne admitted that he could not even remember when Lewis and Jessica were born. Osbourne married his manager Sharon Arden on July 4, 1982, and the couple had 3 children together: Amy, born September 2, 1983, Kelly, born October 27, 1984, and Jack, born November 8, 1985. After Jack's birth, Osbourne had a vasectomy. He later confessed that the well-known 4th of July Independence Day date was chosen so that he would never forget his anniversary. Guitarist Randy Rhoads predicted in 1981 that the couple would probably get married someday despite their constant bickering and the fact that Osbourne was still married to Thelma at the time. Osbourne had multiple grandchildren. Osbourne wrote a song for his daughter Amy, which appeared as a B-side on the album Osmosis. At the end of the song, said daughter can be heard saying, "I'll always be your angel," referring to the song's chorus lyrics. The song My Little Man, which appears on Osmosis, was written about his son Jack. He and his family divided time between homes in Buckinghamshire and Los Angeles. Osbourne used tobacco, alcohol, street drugs, and prescription drugs for most of his adult life. He admitted to Sounds in 1978, "I get high. I get fucked up. What the hell's wrong with getting fucked up? There must be something wrong with the system if so many people have to get fucked up. I never take dope or anything before I go on stage. I'll smoke a joint or whatever afterwards." Black Sabbath bandmate Tony Iommi said that while all the band were involved with alcohol and other drugs to various degrees in the 1970s, Osbourne had the unhealthiest lifestyle of them all. Despite this, said Iommi, he was typically the only one left standing when the others were out for the count. Longtime guitarist Zakk Wylde has attributed Osbourne's longevity in spite of decades of substance misuse to a very special kind of fortitude that's bigger than King Kong and Godzilla combined. Seriously, he's hard as nails, man. In 2010, during an interview on The Howard Stern Show, Ozzy said that it took him 19 attempts to get his driving license because of his alcohol use. Osbourne experienced tremors for some years and linked them to his continuous drug misuse. In May 2005, he found out it was actually Parkinson's syndrome, a genetic condition, the symptoms of which are similar to Parkinson's disease. Osbourne had to take daily medication for the rest of his life to combat the involuntary shudders associated with the condition. Osbourne has also shown symptoms of mild hearing loss, as depicted in the television show, The Osbournes, where he often asks his family to repeat what they say. At the TED conference in October 2010, scientists from Nome, a Massachusetts human genome interpretation company, joined Osbourne on stage to discuss their analysis of Osbourne's whole genome, which shed light on how the famously hard-living rocker has survived decades of misusing alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs. In April 2013, Osbourne revealed through Facebook that he had resumed smoking, drinking, and doing drugs for the past year and a half, stating he was in a very dark place, but said he had been sober again since early March. He also apologized to Sharon, his family, friends, bandmates and his fans for his insane behavior during that period. In a February 2021 interview with Variety, Ozzy and his son Jack, who has been sober for 17 years, opened up about their recovery. Ozzy revealed he had been sober for about 7 years. On February 6, 2019, Osbourne was hospitalized in an undisclosed location on his doctor's advice due to flu complications, postponing the European leg of his No More Tours 2 tour. The issue was described as a severe upper respiratory infection following a bout with the flu, which his doctor feared could develop into pneumonia. Given the physicality of the live performances and an extensive travel schedule throughout Europe in winter conditions. By February 12, 2019, Osbourne had been moved to intensive care. Tour promoters Live Nation said that they were hopeful that Osbourne would be fit and healthy and able to honor tour dates in both Australia and New Zealand in March. Osbourne later canceled the tour entirely, and ultimately all shows scheduled for 2019, after sustaining serious injuries from a fall in his Los Angeles home while still recovering from pneumonia. He was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in February 2019, which he publicly revealed in January 2020. He lost his ability to walk due to the disease. In February 2020, Osbourne canceled the 2020 North American tour, seeking treatment in Switzerland until April. In 2020, Osbourne also revealed that he had emphysema. Osbourne died on the morning of July 22, 2025, at the age of 76. A family statement confirmed he was surrounded by his family at the time of his death in Birmingham.